Ethiopia, situated in the Horn of Africa, is renowned for its geographical and ethnic diversity, cultural vibrancy, strong and growing economy, and stable government. The country's strategic importance derives its relative proximity to European and Middle Eastern markets as well as its emerging status as the gateway to Africa. Ethiopia is quickly becoming a premier investment destination in Africa. And there are clear reasons why. It has one of the fastest growing economies in the world, registering consecutive GDP growth rates of over 10.5%. Stable and democratic government. A progressive business environment with investor-friendly incentives. A highly skilled, motivated and mainly young labor force. A demonstrated commitment to continued provision of improved infrastructure. Duty-free, quota-free access to US and EU markets and access to other key global markets for made-in Ethiopia products. A large and fast-growing domestic market with increasing consumer demand and access to other fast-growing regional markets. Agriculture in Ethiopia is the foundation of the country's economy. The country has good climate, abundant arable land and labor, adequate rainfall, and a range of agroecological zones to support agricultural growth and commercialization. Building on its rich agricultural endowments and potential, the government of Ethiopia is supporting the establishment of integrated agro-industrial parks. An integrated agro-industrial park is a geographic cluster of independent firms grouped together to gain economies of scale and positive externalities by sharing infrastructure, bulk purchasing and selling. 17 zones across the country were carefully selected for establishment of the agro-industrial parks, and 4 locations were selected to host the first agro-industrial parks: Western Tigray, Central Eastern Oromia, Southwest Amhara, and Eastern Southern nations, nationalities, and peoples region. Notable features of the integrated agro-industrial parks are state-of-the-art transport, industrial, commercial, social, and environmental infrastructure and services, processing zones for entire agricultural and allied sectors, ensuring seamless compatibility and shared common facilities, meticulous zone planning on par with international standards to promote a work-life-play concept, proximity and linkages to agriculture production areas for high product quality, investment options to suit diverse interests, and a range of government generous incentives to facilitate the growth of parks and their resident businesses. The parks themselves are fed by a network of rural transformation centers. Rural transformation centers are aggregation centers for collecting, producing from the rural catchment area and ensuring sustained supply of raw materials to the parks. The development of the integrated agro-industrial park is put into action by the government of Ethiopia, represented by Ministry of Industry and Ministry of Agriculture, with technical assistance from the United Nations Industrial Development Organization. A feasibility study was completed in 2016 by the India-based Mahindra Consulting Engineers Limited, followed by detailed design and engineering plans for the construction of the parks and centers. Construction on the 4 initial integrated agro-industrial parks has commenced and is currently at different stages of completion. The following is a case study of the integrated agro-industrial park and rural transformation centers in Central Eastern Oromia. The park is located in Bulbula town of the East Sheva administrative zone, and its development is proposed over an area of 263 hectares. The site is located amid an agriculture belt, ensuring a steady and sustained supply of raw materials. There is a large available skilled and non-skilled workforce in the region. The park is uniquely situated to capitalize on existing social and commercial infrastructure of the adjacent town of Zivai, in addition to the possibility of linking with external infrastructure sources located nearby. The flexible and modular planning allows for various park configurations to comply with specific requirements and conditions of individual businesses. A mix of open plots and ready-built factories is planned based on an analysis of individual sector potential and preferences. The provision of the latest infrastructure for industrial, commercial, social and environmental applications. General infrastructure including roads, water supply and distribution, power supply and distribution, wastewater management, solid waste management and telecom are planned to facilitate operations of each occupant unit of the park. Commercial and social infrastructure including residential areas, a school, creche, banks, post office, playground, retail space and polyclinic are planned for the benefit of the park's population and visiting public. Specialized infrastructure is planned including a training center, incubation center, a research and development center, cold storage and warehouses to address the requirements of the target sectors. An investment of almost $236 million is envisaged for park development and $11 million for rural transformation center development, which will be spearheaded through private-public partnership initiatives. Building on a strong agricultural tradition, agro-industrial parks and rural transformation centers are helping open up the agro-industrial sector in Ethiopia, driving additional economic growth and furthering the country's shift to middle-income state by 2025. Join us.
Thank you.